Shane, what you saw out of this defense, particularly in the fourth quarter and into overtime, is that what you're hoping that a glimpse of what this defense can continue building on and be this year?
Yeah, hopefully we can build off the momentum from that second half, right? I mean, they were battling. We were finding stops in critical situations. Obviously, in overtime, after the fourth down, we didn't get on offense. We found a stop there, so we found some critical 3-and-outs there when we needed them, right? And I think we were able to kind of keep them off schedule, which going into the game we talked about keeping them in those longer distances. We were able to create some 3rd and longs, which kind of opens up the playbook a little bit for us to kind of do some different things. So hopefully we can build off that and continue that trend and keep going this week come Sunday.
Are you happy with how your guys are challenging receivers, or do you think that there's still room to grow in terms of press at the line of scrimmage and being willing to do
I
that?
think it's there's a lot that goes into it situationally, what the call is, what the down and distance is. Like there's different things based on first, second down, third down. But I think they're challenging. I think they're tight for the most part. There's contested catches you see. You see Rabbit on the 3rd and 4 tight, and they throw it out there to Metcalf, and he finds a way to get his hand on it. So I've been encouraged with where they're at right now. It's just something we got to continue, and they got to take on that each week, right, to have that mindset that they can get up there and they can challenge these guys and be tight and stay tight throughout the down.
Wire said that the second half, being able to see how you guys did in the second half and in overtime on the game film was good because it shows you how it's supposed to be done. How much can that help?
Yeah, I think it helps a ton. I think anytime these guys see themselves individually playing like the way they played in the second half and in overtime and as a unit, I mean, there were things across the board. I thought our secondary did a great job on the perimeter, playing physical, playing fast, kind of eliminating that perimeter pass game. That was a little bit of an issue week 1. So you saw some improvement in that. And ultimately, like we talk about, we want to be fast, we want to be aggressive, and we want to be physical. And I think we got to that there in the second half where we were playing that way.
When it comes to getting pressure on the quarterback, do you guys feel like you're moving towards that direction? Obviously, getting pressure on Russ last week a little bit.
Yeah, and I absolutely. I think, again, you get in 3rd and longer situations, you got more opportunities to do that than you do when it's shorter and the ball's getting out quicker. But I think they're executing the plan. Like we have a plan going in, how we want to try to affect guys. I think they're executing really well, and I think guys are ultimately winning some one-on-ones too.
Somebody's gotten behind Molden 2 weeks running for a score. What you're thinking with him now, and what do you need to do there?
Yeah, I think as he keeps learning and understanding the defense and where his help is and how to kind of utilize his help and his skill set versus whatever type of receiver or tight end he's possibly going up against, I think that understanding is critical based on the situation, what the situation is. I mean, that was a first, second down play. Ultimately, we got to find a way to get him down. Like, you know, never want to give up a big pass, but we got to find a way to get him down like we did early on when we got lock it down, and we ended up holding him to a field goal. But I think for him, just understanding his skill set versus the guy he is going against, and also the situation.
What's a week like for you as a coordinator, as a defense, when you're not exactly sure who the quarterback's going to be on Sunday, just kind of your approach?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing a familiar opponent. They've kind of always have done similar things. The quarterback has changed them from Brissett to Rivers. It has changed a little bit in that regard. I think you got to prepare for all of them. Like, our guys better have an idea about all of them, just their skill sets and kind of where this thing might trend to come Sunday, depending on who's playing. But at the same time, like, we got to prepare to freaking play the other 10 guys as well, right? Like, they have their scheme. I don't know if it's going to just be a wholehearted change, but more importantly, we just got to know who these quarterbacks are and how we can ultimately affect them and understand potentially what we might get differently from each of them.
In that second half, we saw more dime with Crookshank on the field. How much did that help, contribute to you guys turning things around? And what does the future kind of look like for Crookshank?
Yeah, it was good getting him out there. I mean, he missed some time during training camp, and he's kind of been working his way back, so it was good for him to kind of find a role and excel in it. I thought he did a good job. I think Midge and Book have done a great job getting him up to speed, kind of with everything that we ask of those guys, whether it's safety, whether it's a dime linebacker, whatever it might be. So just continue to kind of see as this thing goes and he grows and we're healthy, right? We're missing Jay on too, so that's part of it. So just filling in these pieces week by week based on who's available.
I know he played a lot of dime backer at Arizona. What is it about him, like his skill set, that allows him to?
Yeah, I think he's big. I think he can cover, right? I think he's got the ability to blitz. I think he's got good zone understanding and awareness from playing safety. Like, it's a versatile position, and I think he has that versatility.
Pleasant surprise as a pass rusher to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kid's out here working every day. He plays really hard. He's relentless. And when you talk about pass rushers, like that relentlessness, it tends to lead to production, right? And that's kind of where he's taken off with it. And we've done a good job. The guys up front were coordinated on that overtime rush, like executing the game. And fortunately, he was able to wrap them up and whatever that was at the end.
Not a safety, though.
What's Christian doing, like specifically better in coverage this year? I know a lot of people have talked about how he's a more confident guy, but are there some specific things he's doing better in terms of coverage this year?
Yeah, I think the technique. When you're playing man coverage, it's all about technique. Like keeping your eyes on your man, playing your man, like not worried about anything else. Like the main objective of man coverage is not to let my guy catch the ball. Nothing else matters. Like my guy is not catching the ball. So I think the technique that comes with that, under zeroing in, having tunnel vision and playing his guy, I think the confidence is a huge part of it. I really do. Like being able to get up there and challenge and play with confidence. For him to come back after that third down play, to come back and challenge Metcalf and knock that ball away late in the game, like I think that kind of shows the steps he's taken in his maturity, his confidence level to bounce back from that.
On that third down play, yeah, it just sort of looked like he ran through two guys and neither of them
Yeah,
just what?
It's communication. Like, got to fix it. Can't happen. Like, critical point in the game can't happen.
You said you were kind of preparing for both quarterbacks, but if it is Eason, what have you learned about his skill set?
Yeah, I mean, he's a big, strong dude. He's got a really strong arm, right? Similar in a lot of ways to Wentz in that regard. So we're going to have to be able to defend all the throws, right? Like, I think that's one thing. You got to be able to defend all the throws with this guy. That's not always the case with all the backups in this league. But I think he's got really good arm talent. So we'll kind of see.